Welcome to the VIOLA Decor Studio channel. Today we will make bright and slightly vintage festive Christmas medallions. This is not a very complicated job, but with a spectacular result. The key to a good result is the quality of the base. Such wooden laser-cut blanks have burnt edges, and this burnt one then gives dirty, ugly spots through the paint. The blanks also need to be covered with a layer of acrylic water-based varnish. The varnish will block the spread of burns through the paint. Despite the fact that the color scheme will be dark, but to make the decoupage better visible, the blanks must be primed with gesso primaire or white acrylic paint. Usually, I like to work with brushes, but such small work pieces of complex shape are easier to paint with a sponge. I primed in 2 layers, dry each layer separately. My main subject will be a sprig of holly. Therefore, I chose decoupage napkins for this subject. You can make them the same on both sides, or different, like mine. Since the napkin will completely cover the entire surface of the workpiece, you first need to glue the napkin, and then you can cut it to shape. Apply decoupage glue from the center to the edges. Dry very well. And now use sandpaper to clean off the excess napkin along the edges of the workpiece. Glue the napkins on both sides of the workpiece. After that, the edge will be slightly damaged by sandpaper, so it is important to close it. That is, cover it with decoupage glue again, paying special attention to the edges. Dry well. Now let's move on to the volumetric element. I have these sprigs of holly. I bought a ready-made element, but you can take or make a similar one using a silicone mold. I painted this element in natural colors. I made the berries dark red and the leaves rich green. Apply the paint carefully, filling the entire relief. Dry very well. Now this element can be glued to the base of the workpiece. Glue it with your favorite universal transparent glue. Let it dry naturally under a small weight. Don't forget to tint the end in the main color. I took dark green. Dry well. Now we will make patterns on the back of the medallions. I will use a stencil and regular white finishing putty. Apply putty with a palette knife through the stencil. Carefully remove the stencil and dry the pattern. After the putty is completely dry, smooth the surface of the patterns with sandpaper. Clean the dust with a dry brush. For further decoration, it is important to cover the entire surface, especially the stencil pattern, with water-based acrylic varnish. This will allow you to adjust the subsequent decoration, as the surface will become smoother. Now, we will make a vintage effect. For this, I use solvent bitumen diluted with a solvent. The bitumen should be liquid enough to easily flow into the relief. Cover the relief parts, the stencil pattern, and the 3-dimensional branch of holly with this diluted bitumen. Cover and dry each side separately. Now you can support the channel and become a sponsor. I will be grateful for your support of the channel. Link to the video in the description. Darken the ends of the workpiece with thick bitumen using a sponge, as if applying historical dirt. When the bitumen dries, remove excess bitumen from the protruding parts of the stencil pattern and the branch of holly with a dry cloth slightly moistened with solvent. Let it dry well. Emphasize the protruding relief with patinating wax. My wax is green gold. Apply wax to the surface with your finger in light circular motions. Also emphasize the ends. Let it dry well. And all that remains is to decorate with ribbons and make pendants. I took 2 transparent ribbons of red and green. If you fold them together and immediately make a bow from both, it turns out very impressive. Tie the bows and glue them with a glue gun. Be careful when working with a glue gun. The melted glue is very hot. Also, make pendants from the ribbon. The knot on the pendant can be glued under the bow. It will look neater and more beautiful. Please share this video with your friends so that more people can create with us. How do you like the result? I am delighted. The results are very stylish, vintage, and beautiful Christmas decorations. Write your impressions in the comments. If you liked it, like it, subscribe to the channel, and let's create together. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. With love, Anna Viola Decor.